All right, so here I have reminded us of our equation of the plane down here at the bottom that we know goes through the point x naught, y naught, z naught with a normal vector ABC. So here we're asked to find the equation of a plane that passes through the point 1, negative 2, 5 with normal vector 7, 3, negative 1. Okay, so this is going to be easy plug and chug. So the point is x naught, y naught, z naught, and the normal vector is the a, b, c. So we're just going to plug into that bottom equation, straightforward. All right, so the bottom equation says I need to take a, which was 7, x minus x naught, which is 1, plus b, which is 3, y minus y naught, okay, so minus a negative 2, so plus 2, and then plus c, which is a negative 1, let's make that a minus 1, times z minus z naught, which is 5. And all of that will be equal to 0. All right, so that's what we call standard form of a plane. And standard form is nice because you can actually see the normal vector and you can see the coordinates of the point. If we simplify this a little bit to make it less busy, then we'll get what we call general form. So I'm going to distribute my 7, 3, and negative 1, and then just kind of gather everything up and make it look nice. So I'll get 7x minus 7 plus 3y plus 6 minus z plus 5 equals 0. So just distributed everything. We're going to leave the letter stuff over on the left and move the number stuff over to the right. So we get 7x plus 3y minus z equals, okay, so over here I had my numbers. I had negative 7 plus 6 plus 5. So let's see, that's going to be a positive 4 on the left. So I'm going to subtract 4 from both sides. So I'll have a negative 4 over on the right. And this is what we call general form. But general form actually still gives us that normal vector. Look at the x, y, and z coefficients, 7, 3, negative 1. You can still see exactly what the normal vector to the plane is, even in general form. All right, this one's going to be a little bit trickier. So we're going to find the equation of the plane that passes through these 3 points. Okay, we know that 3 points can determine a plane. All right, any one of those 3 points can be our x naught, y naught, z naught. Pick your favorite. You'll get the same equation of the plane in the end. Let's see, but we need that normal vector. So we only have 3 points, and there are 3 points in the plane. So I could find like vector PQ. That's going to give me a vector, but it's a vector in the plane. So I have 3 choices of vectors that I can find that are in the plane, PQ, PR, and QR. Okay, so I could find those 3 vectors, but I want a vector that's normal to the plane. So if I do find a couple of vectors in the plane, so I've got these 2 vectors sitting here, how do I find a vector that's going to be orthogonal to that? Well, the cross product takes 2 vectors and gives you a vector that's orthogonal. All right, so our normal vector is going to be the cross product of 2 of the vectors in the plane. And I have 3 to choose from. I could do PQ, PR, and QR. Pick your favorite. All right, so I'm going to take PQ and cross it with PR. And like I said, if you decide to use QR, you're still going to get a normal vector to the plane, and that'll be fine. All right, so let's find PQ. So PQ, I have to subtract Q minus P. So 3 minus 1, Q minus P. Negative 1 minus 3, and Q minus P, 6 minus 2. And I'm going to cross that with PR. So now I'm taking R minus P. So I'm going to have 5 minus 1, 2 minus 3, and 0 minus 2. All right, so when I cross these 2 vectors that lie in my plane, I know it's going to spit out a vector that's normal to my plane. So let's find the cross product. So I've got PQ and PR. And we'll find the cross product. Now, when I find PQ cross PR, it's going to give me that normal vector. If you actually cross that the other way, PR cross PQ, remember that that would give you the negative of that vector. It's just going to give you the normal vector that's kind of going out the other side of the plane. That would be fine. You're actually going to find the same equation of the plane. It's the only time it doesn't matter what order you cross the vectors in. All right, so let's see. We're going to get I, negative J, always want that negative on the J, and K, and find a cross product, right? So again, we're crossing out the column and the row for I, and we're going to multiply on the down angle and subtract multiplying on the up angle. So this whole process again, right? Let's get rid of that so I can see my numbers. So when I cross out the column for I, I'm going to get -4 times -2, which is a +8, minus the up angle, -1 times 4. Let's see, cross out the column for J, I'm going to get 2 times -2, minus, multiply on the up angle, 4 times 4 is 16. Cross out the column that belongs to K, and I'm going to have 2 times -1 minus 4 times -4, so minus a -16, so it's going to be plus 16. All right, so what vector is this? This is going to be the vector. My I component, 8 plus 4 is 12. My J component would be -20, but remember the J has a negative in front, so -20 gives me a +20, and -2 plus 16 gives me 14. It's a pretty big vector. All right, but that's my normal vector. That's my A, B, and C. For my equation, I'm going to go down here to the bottom. We can plug in A, B, and C from our cross product vector we just got. X naught, Y naught, Z naught. I'm going to use the coordinates of point P. Okay, so I have A, X minus X naught. For the Y components, I've got B, which is 20, Y minus Y naught, which was 3, and then C, 14, times Z minus Z naught, which was 2. All of that equal to 0. Okay, so that's my standard form equation of the plane. Let's go ahead and write it in general form as well. So distribute the 12, distribute the 20, distribute the 14. All right, so we're going to leave all of the variable stuff on the left. So 12x plus 20y plus 14z. And then I've got all that leftover number stuff. That's a big number. So -12 plus, let's see, -12 and -60 make -72. Minus 28 is actually -100, not a bad number. So we're going to add 100 to both sides. And we get, this is our equation of the plane. So that's our general form, and then up here is our standard form. All right, so we'll do a lot more with planes whenever we meet together in class.